Hey folks, Jackson here. I'm actually in the library at Ironforge, and we're embracing some of the fun that comes with Wintervale. So if you actually make her over and visit Historian Karnik, he'll provide a interesting quest. Here, if you're interested in learning more about the Feast of Wintervale, read this book. While I think our recognition of the legend is an appropriate one, I'm enough of a scholar to appreciate the collection of all information into a single source. When you're done, take the book to Mordrin Bronzebeard. I know for a fact he'd be interested in hearing that others have taken an interest in the older legends. Feel free to read the book and take it over to the Great King. Let's see where this book is now. There it is. Nope. Civil War of the Plaguelands. The Alliance of Lordaeron. Rise of the Horde. Not on that table, is it? The Old Gods and Awakening of Azeroth. Charge of Dragonflights. What is this book hiding? Arathor and the Troll Wars. Nothing there. Let's see what else we have. War of the Three Hammers. Ironforge. The Awakening of the Dwarves. Uh-oh. I'm overlooking something. All the way back to the Commons. Whew. Well, there's the book in my bag, naturally. The Feast of Wintervale. The later seasons of Azeroth are marked as a time of change in many cultures. The dwarves and Tauren especially look to a legend of the coming winter veil, the blanketing of the land in snow, thus heralding a time of renewal, as a time for celebration. Though the understanding of the legend that the races of Azeroth share are not dissimilar, the ways they choose to acknowledge them are as diverse as the races themselves. Alright. The Legend of Great Father Winter. We'll get into it then. The term Wintervale is said to stem from a supernatural being referred in many cultures as Great Father Winter. As he would walk the land late in the season, winter itself would be his billowing cloak. In his wake was the blanketing of the land in snow, and thus it is said the Great Father Winter would cast his wintry veil over the land. Though parts of Azeroth may lie in snow, it gives the land time for rebirth and renewal. The Dwarves. Ever consumed with the research of their origins, the Dwarves chose to celebrate the season as a recognition of Great Father Winter himself. They consider him to be the personification of one of the ancients of Azeroth, the Titans. Much as they claim lineage in one degree or another to these mystical beings, they consider their snowy home of Dunmore Go as the prime example of Great Father Winter's blessings. The Tauren. The Tauren are the shamanistic understanding of winter, along with their recent emergence into druidic endeavors, fitting with the legend of Wintervale. They focus almost entirely on the renewing aspects of the lore, however, leaving legend worship to those races, as they view it, less in tune with the nature of things. Many Tauren choose this time as the right time to give thanks to blessings of their new home in Mulgore. Feasting. The idea of feasting during this time of year is one that traces its origins to the legend itself. As Great Father Winter walked Azeroth, bringing winter in his wake, it is said he would provide a bounty for those who welcomed this presence. As such, the idea of feasting during Wintervale would bring together communities as they shared whatever they had. Typically, a single day of merriment and feasting welcomed the change, all in anticipation of the land's renewal. Modern day observation. Other cultures have begun to recognize the Feast of Wintervale as a time of great celebration, though not in the same traditions as the legend bases it in. Customs, often unrelated to anything other than a chance for celebration and gift exchange, have made their way into modern day observation of the season. Even the image of Great Father Winter is sometimes used, but more as a harbinger of commercial exploit rather than a supernatural titan. That's funny. Finally, we get back to Mr. Bronzebeard. I bid you welcome to the Kingdom of Ironforge. I always take an interest in those who choose to take an interest in the kingdom, its people, and its lore. Is this why you are standing before me? Provided with the book. The legends and lore surrounding the Winter Veil are ones that have faded from the forefront of public thought over the years. While I recognize that the goblins are helping to revive the season for their own ends, the fact that the citizenry thinks about it, at least in some form, does good to keep such lore alive. Your desire to go beyond the material that you learned about in the past is an admirable trait. I salute your erudite nature. And that's it, folks. The Feast of Winter Veil. If you want to go find out lots about lore, definitely go hit out this library in Ironforge. It's pretty fun, and Ironforge is a really, really great starting area. Definitely make some time to check it out, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let me know things I can do better in the comments. See ya.